if we're serious about trying to keep it possible for people to anonymously contact journalists, we have two jobs. We have to understand all of the protections and the complexities ourselves, so that if people contact us the right ways, we can keep it that way. And also, if someone contacts us insecurely the first time and we think there's a risk, we can guide it to a better place. We also have to try and educate potential sources and the public about anonymous communication. PGP email is good in that it only ever opens on your computer and their computer. You essentially, what's transmitted looks like a whole bunch of garbage. It can only be opened by you and by them. And that's a really good start, but it doesn't hide the fact that you have been communicating. And that's where things get quite tricky, especially if you're in the UK, because it's actually, you can go to prison for refusing to reveal an encryption password in the UK. There's things like using Tails, which is a very kind of secure anonymous operating system, which runs off a USB stick or a CD. So you can run it off any computer, and it can't modify, it can't have viruses that stay on it, it can't have keyloggers. Then there are various anonymous sort of chat programs that use it, that mean you could even, for someone who uses it right, communicate with someone and there'd be no evidence you even communicated. So not just the content, but the metadata isn't there. That's a good start. And then there's things like SecureDrop, which is the kind of not-for-profit Freedom of the Press Foundation set up, and will sort of help provide to any news organisation that wants it, which gives people a way to sort of not completely anonymously put stuff in. But all of this stuff requires some knowledge on behalf of sources as well as on journalists. Beyond that, there's just sort of day-to-day sensible stuff, you know. How do you keep your records? How do you keep your notes? Are you aware of what the legal protections are in your country, in your state? You know, are you doing everything you can to be a responsible reporter? I think one of the key things with this is we do have to try and write and make it clear on our organisation's websites and in our coverage good ways to contact us anonymously. And that can vary from sort of whistleblower to whistleblower or source to source. Someone who is trying to blow the whistle from the NSA faces a very different set of responses to someone trying to do it from a small or medium-sized company. I mean, for that last one, your advice will generally be, don't contact me from a work computer, don't use your work email, don't use a work phone. And if they do those things, they'll probably be completely fine. And some people don't even do those things. But anything you can try and do to sort of suggest better ways to contact. I'm always quite keen to meet with people if they contact me sort of initially on less secure stuff, because it's a good way to sort of, you can talk to them, you can see them. It's quite a sort of safe way to do it if you arrange the meeting sensibly. And then you can sort of find out their level of tech savviness and how comfortable or nervous they are about their identity coming out, and work out appropriate ways to stay in touch in future. And that way you can sort of keep any demonstrated contact to quite a minimal level of recordable stuff. I think beyond that, they then should have some idea of who can they turn to in their newsroom. And that might be a reporter who just happens to be quite keen on this stuff, who's had a little bit of training. They might, for bigger newsrooms, have some specialists on it.